Why has a Chile island in the North Atlantic become a crucial frontier in the awkward high-stakes world of cryptocurrency mining? An unremarkable looking cluster of shades on the western cluster of the Nordic nation might just hold the answer. So join us today as we follow the money and take a peek inside Iceland's insane Bitcoin super mining. About a decade ago, the first proper real-world Bitcoin transactions took place, when one Laszlo Haniek infamously purchased two hot and juicy Papa John's pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins. Those 10,000 coins were only worth at the time around $40. Delicious as the pizza no doubt were, if he had only kept hold of those Bitcoins, they would by now worth somewhere more than $280 million. Created by a shadowy mysterious figure or perhaps group going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin is one of a number of cryptocurrencies that are created via computer processes which use raw mathematics and sheer computational horsepower to underwrite the value of transactions. As opposed to conventional monetary system which are backed by central banks, cryptocurrencies rely on the mathematical certitude of a decentralized ledger known as a blockchain. Cryptocurrencies are ingeniously summoned into being by a process of so-called mining. Instead of shovels and pickaxes, modern-day cryptocurrency miners simply require an internet-linked computer that can solve or hash big number problems which are then added to the blockchain. Back in the day, crypto pioneers could run a humble mining operation on home laptops extracting coins almost as a background process, for instance while they slept. Fast forward to today, however, that sort of amateur setup doesn't cut it anymore. Thus, server farm-style operation has sprung up around the world to take advantage of what many has described as a modern-day gold rush. One such operation is situated within a series of ordinary-looking shades by an abandoned World War II airstrip on a sprawling former US Air Force base near Keflavik Airport in the west of Iceland. Inside the 400 square meter shades are shelves and shelves of growing computers. Reportedly it's loud and they are running in full flow as a jet engine taking off, and they are always running, working hard to crack the next code and acquire the next precious cryptocurrency bounty ahead of competition all over the world. Its rivals are everywhere, literally wherever there's an internet connection, but most notably in places like Russia, China, Canada, Venezuela, and the United States. Every 10 minutes, roughly a price of 6.25 bitcoins is released, and someone somewhere will get lucky. The more computing power you have on your site, naturally the luckier you're likely to get. This Icelandic operation run by 8-year-old cryptocurrency bigwigs called FORSAGEMINING was established in 2014. The last time journalists paid a visit in 2018, there were tens of thousands of individual computers working flat out around the clock mining coins. Each of the many thousands of identical units booted its own fan, and the ceilings of the shades were supported by 6 giant turbines that worked 24/7 with the combined mechanical force of 216 washing machines. This constant cool airflow is essential to keep the computational hardware at optimal working temperature. That's because any burnout or interruption to the mining processes literally costs money, with individual coins trading at many hundreds of dollars. Potentially millions are at stake, so for the technicians overseeing the Forsage mining facility, failure isn't really an option. The electricity bills at the Forsage mining reportedly run to more than $1 million a month, with each computing unit costing a few $1,000s to buy and install. These tens of millions of pounds in assets humming away constantly. No wonder security is tight, not least since a major spray theft a couple of years back saw some $2 million of crypto mining tech taken from their rightful owners in the series of raids around Iceland. It's worth looking at these computers in detail because they are actually a far cry from the standard PCs you use at home or work. Instead, each unit consists of a main board, and into each main board is plugged 6 GPUs or graphic processing units. Crypto mining experts have found that these GPUs are far more efficient at the kind of lightning-fast number crunching required to solve all the important hashing problems. Take a market standard GPU like a Radeon brand HD5970. It can execute 3232-bit instruction per clock. That's 800 times more than the speed of a regular CPU or central processing unit that executes only 432-bit instructions per clock. Logistically, getting hold of many thousands of GPUs have proven tough, particularly in a competitive marketplace. The Hive software also makes recommendations for firmware updates and keeps an eye on all those important temperatures, advising when a regional facility is drifting outside of grid tolerances. So companies like Forsage Mining has also created a dedicated smart hardware monitoring software known as Forsage Hive. This is important because if part of your giant mining system goes down, you really don't want to be personally going around each of the tens of thousands of computers, all of them with 6 GPUs, your soldering iron and screwdriver in hand to identify that one annoying dodgy wire. Such mining set up their facility in Iceland partly because their temperatures are low, rarely going above 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine trying to cool all those processing power in the middle of a desert. Indeed, some fossil mining competitors have argued it's possible in places like Texas where regulations are lax and energy is cheap, but nonetheless, it's very hard to imagine the facility running at anything like optimal efficiency using the technology we have to hand today. Because all the processing is indeed a power-hungry business, on Iceland's cheap and abundant hydroelectric and to a lesser extent geothermal energy is an important factor in why the facility is situated here of all places. The wholesale electricity cost is relatively cheap, which is handy when you consider that, according to some expert estimates, the fossil mining plant consumes more juice than all the homes in Iceland put together. In light of the long shadow the industry cast over the Nordic nation, it's perhaps fortunate that Iceland is also receptive to a political standpoint. However, the power-hungry nature of the mining business isn't to everybody's taste. Environmentalists in particular feel the cryptocurrency mining insatiable appetite for electricity will lead to more rivers being dammed and more damage to Iceland's pristine wilderness. So what does the future hold? It's estimated that the last of Bitcoin's strictly limited run of 21 million coins will have been mined by around the year 2140. This imbued scarcity matters by the way. So Iceland, with its cool climate, cheap power, and largely receptive political scene, looks likely to be a major player for some time yet. Many more peace-loving folks like Laszlo Hanyeks could exploit the crypto mining boom, and if they are lucky, this time make an honest crust.